Alright guys, good morning here, rather not good afternoon. I'll turn the ads off here as well. Ads are not scheduled, so that's good. We have a good battle against Yoab and Keenan Campbell. Last time Keenan was here, he won the League Cup. Yoab, I can't remember how many League Cups he's won. It's definitely a lot. So we'll see how both of these wonderful trainers go ahead. We have the Calyrex and Incineroar on Yoab's side, and we have Champao and Zamazenta, who gets that the Intimidate off from the Incineroar, but also from Incineroar. Alright, now I'm a bit rusty, guys, so bear with me, but both of these guys getting some good practice in before Melbourne Regionals coming up in 2 weeks. Yoab's pretty much secured his spot at Worlds, Keenan trying to attain his. Yoab's got these two restrictors of Miraidon and Calyrex Ice. And we have Keenan with Calyrex Shadow Rider and Zamazenta as their restricteds, as their mons. Room Service Pelly. Alright, we see what's in the back for Yoab there. Yoab does come out, does have the Glacial Lance, Leech Seed, Trick Room, Protect version. Miraidon does come out, it is Choice Scarf with Electro Drift, Draco Meteor, Volt Switch and Snarl. Just the terrain on the field. And we get a first Terra from Keenan's side. It's going to be that Champao not wanting to get faked out, so it goes into the Ghost, committing the Terra early. Champao is Focus Sash, Sucker Punch, Taunt and Protect. But the fake out goes to the Zamazenta instead. The Taunt comes out into that Miraidon. So predicting maybe a Trick Room or a Leech Seed. Zamazenta doesn't get to move, and it's kind of a turn where we see a lot that's happened, but not much has happened, if that makes sense. We get the Terra committed first, we get a free switch in for Miraidon here. Miraidon can opt to Terra too and just hit hard because it's Terra Electric onto that maybe Zamazenta or get rid of that Champao. The second type, like I say, Incineroar comes out, wanting to pivot into the Amoonguss, perhaps just a defensive switch here. Champao does protect though, not wanting to go down. And we'll see what the Zamazenta locks into. After the Volt switch, goes into protect. The Sash is still intact. Body Press goes into Miraidon and almost gets rid of it. Holy moly, there is no defensive defenseman whatsoever. Mind you, the Amoonguss is Water Terror, Rocky Helmet, Pollen Puff, Rage Powder, Spore, and Sludge Bomb. Doesn't have Protect. The Ice Spinner could be on here, however, it will go down if the combination of Volt Switch and the Rocky Helmet combine together in some way. That body press was massive, mainly probably because of the Champao in the field, reducing the defenses of the Miraidon. Rage Powder comes in. Alright, and the Volt Switch goes into the Champao. More than likely I can guess it's going to go back into Incineroar. Just for a safe pivot. You're wrong, let's go into the alley. A bit risky here. We can also see a taunt from Champao here as well, onto that Amoonguss. Oh, we do. Alright, so that's his last of his Rage Powders for now. The Body Press comes in, still does a decent amount of damage. That's not very effective onto that Amoonguss. You can see that Zamazenta is just running a havoc, just jumping on people's heads. Alright, so Calyrex in a tricky position. Can go for the attack. Zamazenta does have Wide Guard. whether it wants to press it or not. Not sure. Terra Fairy might be an option here. Imungus just kind of stuck. I mean, yeah, it can't really attack any of the mons. It can't even put anything to sleep. Even because of the electric terrains on the field, but... Let's see if... there goes Imungus. Just to get its regenerator back. And health back, the Miraidon comes in. This could be a sack from Miraidon. Or a free switch in. Thinking that Yoav might say, oh, okay, look, I'm just going to Terra here just to be safe so you don't drop one of my mons so I can get a free switch in. Terra Fairy has been committed. Just like a game of chess. The Ice Spinner, though, goes into the Miraidon. Gonna get rid of it. That's a big piece of the puzzle. Gone. And yeah, the electricity's gone now. The body press comes in. Okay. And the Glacial Lance. That's a good Glacial Lance. Drops Chen Power. Done his job. Does nothing to the Zamazenta, but most importantly, you kind of want the attack boost here. However, it might be a little bit scary. Might be a little bit scary depending on what Pokemon comes out on Keenan's side. Could they commit to the Calyrex this early? I'm not sure, because it could be Incineroar come back out. Or could they go into like an Ogerpon? I am not sure either. Let's see. Taking a moment to think. Taking a bit of a second to think about what options there are. What could it be? Here comes Cali. So commits to Cali here. And Incineroar, yeah, I was thinking Incineroar would come off. Incineroar does have knockoff, fake out, U-turn, Flare Blitz, Salt Vested, Terra Water, I'm into the matter now, but to me it's not too scary. But you kind of have to commit to, yeah, just disabling that Zamazenta for now. And perhaps, yeah, pulling off trying to get a Trick Room off and start leech seeding people and start growing a farm out of these two mons in front of you. You could even think about just Glacial Lancing and just dropping that, dropping the Calyrex with one attack boost. I think it should be enough. Because what you don't want is, you don't want to substitute from Calyrex here, which does get committed. But I guess, yeah, this is actually a fair play with the Trick Room. Because then you can just double target. Both mons have access to Protect. At least into Zamo is fair. You kind of want to break the sub here. Or do you not? I'm not sure. Yeah, I was thinking. If you get rid of the Calyrex, you might be alright. Okay. Gonna play long game here. In comes the Moongus. In comes the Amoongus. There are Among Us, there's a Leech Seed. Doesn't miss. Now we're about to build a farm. The body press goes into the Amoongus there. Fair play, the Rocky Helmet, getting some chip off. No nasty plot on the Calyrex. So it just sits there now. You can White Guard, but you only protect yourself from one White Guard. Can't leech seed a substituted mon. And Zamazenta comes out. Okay. It's really Leech Seed. Ogerpon though comes in. Spore, yeah, goes into the Ogerpon. Okay. Could have been a side Pollen Puff, that would have been cool. Glacial Lance. Oh, doesn't do enough. Does break sub, for sure. Okay, like to see the vision here. Astral Barrage comes in. It's Life Orb. There's going to be a decent amount of damage onto the Moongus. Oh, almost drops it. And now there's a path where, yeah, just Glacial Lance for free. Can switch in Incineroar here. Can also side Pollen Puff. That's an option. Yep, I see. Yep. We're on the same page here. Because that way you can prolong your Calyrex here. The Protect goes from there, Calyrex. Pollen Puff is nice on the side. Would have been cool if they were able to spore the Zamazenta though. The Glacial Lance is not going to do too much to the Zama. Or will it? Get it down to red? Yep. Okay. Imagine there was a support. That would be a great call. Now this is tricky, right? Because Zamazenta can wildcard. You can also spore the Calyrex here, really. You know what I mean? Can switch that in. I guess Keenan could also swap out their Cali into an Ogerpon wildcard, just in case they think, oh, Cali's going to get spored. There's a few options here for both people. Few options. Mushroom and a horse. Goes for the wildcard. Okay. They're able to move first. The Sporter comes out into that slot there. Which I'm thinking, okay, if I spore this, I was thinking if I spore the Zamazenta, I can wildcard. I mean, I can Glacial Lance next turn. But in doing that, you also Trick Room turns are also running out. That's also something to note. And this Calyrex is getting beefier, stronger now with this boost of the Grimnay. Although there is an option, the Trick Room here again, once more. But I think Astral Barrage might drop the Cali with the boost. It's very tricky, this comes down to all sorts of calcs. Well, what's going on TYM? We're just doing a league challenge at the League Cup at the moment. See how this goes. It's gonna be, oh, and it survives. That was a big survive. Zamazenta remains asleep, but this might be game. This Calyrex is gonna go down. Wow. That's such yeah. That was a game winning. That was a game turn there. If he was able to survive, it's GG's. Good on Yoav's horse, just sticking in there. Here comes the Ogerpon. Alright, now. I think there's a chance for Old Mate to wake up, so I think he's gone for the safe play where he flare blitzes the Zamazenta went for the wildcard option. Flare Blitz the Zama. Yeah, this is gonna be GG's, guys. Too many turns of Trick Room. Ivy Cudgel. And then yeah, you just Glacial Lance and you can Flare Blitz and yeah, I was going to win game 1 here. Very well played from both players. Both were very tricky positions. You see the Miraidon go down pretty early, but Yellow pivoting quite well, making use out of the Trick Room turns. Keenan also outlasting the Trick Room turns, but just not getting the KO onto that into that Calyrex, which is big. This big fat Terra Fairy is wait for team selections. Then we go rolling. Make a quick Twitter post though. Alright, here we go. Someone's entered a Calyrex up front, and super aggressive on Keenan's side, and we've got the Calyrex Ice Rider and Incineroar, the Yoav side. That's all the abilities go through. Alright, Incineroar drops out. And in comes Miraidon. The Hadron engine. Oh, Hadron engine comes in. There's Terra being committed by Yoav here. The Calyrex is going to be committed early. This is providing some defensive as a defense mechanism. The substitute though does come out. It could have been a Trick Room here, unless I don't know if he went for it. We'll find out. Body press though, it's going to do a lot of damage. Oh, it's a crit. It goes down to 1 HP and it survives. Here comes a Glacial Lance, drops the Calyrex's sub. Precarious position. There is a Trick Room option here, and also a Volt Switch into maybe the Zamazenta. Keenan. Gotta try to deny that and just go for the Astral Barrage. Or maybe pop off another sub, really. Keenan could actually, I see a path. Keenan could sub and then protect with Zamazenta. Keep that Miraidon in there. And it goes to the Volt Switch anyway. Oh, it does a ton of damage. 1 HP. Miraidon. Very strong. We see the Tsuru, or do we see the Bugus? We see the Bugus instead. Big one of redirection. The Astral Barrage goes for it. Instead of going for the sub, it goes for the offense. Does a lot of damage. Gets a crit in return onto the Calyrex, it seems. The body press though goes into the Amoonguss. Doesn't drop the Amoonguss. The Trick Room. Trick Room is now committed. Now, we could see a side Pollen Puff. Leech Seed into Zamazenta or Calyrex. I don't know, it's troubling now to see what they can do. The Zamazenta doesn't want to stay in the field and wide guard from that. Or do they just want to double protect here, stall out a room? Stall out a turn rather. Tricky. Pokemon being such low HP. A bit scary at how you want to preserve him. The wide guard though comes out. Looks like the Calyrex didn't go for anything there in terms of like a substitute. I don't know if it went for the substitute. Might have just gone for the attacking option here. The Leech Seed though goes into that Zama. Got 1 turn left on the field unless it's going to get Leech Seeded. The Astral Barrage though going to come in, drop the Amoonguss, do a decent amount to the Calyrex, and we've seen at this range Astral Barrage gets really close because now it does have that special attack boost. Life Orb going to chip its own self, get some HP back from that Zama. Give a little bit of support, and now it's Incineroar and a 1 HP Miraidon. Do they commit to it? Does he think Zamazenta's going to come out, or does he keep Zamazenta in for 1 more turn just for a wide guard? Because you're naturally going to get faked out, so I think the Calyrex is going to protect you. On Keenan's side. Blood Polar Pluff was good. If there was a sub, it could have bought a turn for that Calyrex, but now it's got to force its protect. And the Ogerpon comes in. Protect from Calyrex. Slowly chipping away at the Trick Room turns. Cali. Does a little bit of damage onto the Ogerpon. The Flare Blitz coming in onto that Ogerpon. Not going to do too much damage. We still have Terra. Both sides. Terra on Calyrex and Terra Dark. So I wonder. This is tricky. Out comes Calyrex. In comes Zamazenta. Like a shield, pops off. Glacial Lance comes in. This is good turn. Burning turns a Trick Room here. However, the Zamazenta does go down. It was a sack. Get rid of that Zamazenta. You do, unfortunately, give a boost though to the Calyrex, but at the cost of, I guess, you know, burning a turn of Trick Room here. But I feel like Yoav's in a good position. If he's able to drop these two mons in front of him, the Raging Bolt comes in. So we get some interesting information. The Raging Bolt though does get the attack boost from Photosynthesis. There's some interesting information here. Raging Bolt on Keenan's side is Thunderbolt, T-Clap, Dragon Pulse, and Protect. I believe there is one more, probably turn a Trick Room left. Oh no, I think it might be over. I might be over actually. Seems like yeah, Yoa might wanted to play, just pivot here and just go on the defensive. Whilst there's a lot of offense on Keenan's side. Here comes the Miraidon. Do give a boost to electric type moves though, which is a bit scary. Protect. Raging Bolt protects. But I think this way, it's very smart because you keep the mons on the field. You don't go for the attacking. The Twisted Dimensions have returned to normal. Now Trick Room ends. You have a quick Miraidon. The only problem is you might have a T-Clap coming your way, but that allows for a potential Trick Room again for Yoav. We'll find out. Sometimes making Pokemon faint is not the best idea, it's just to keep them on the field so the other one they don't get a free switch in. Here comes the Terra, it's now being committed. Probably gonna go onto the Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt's gonna go for a big turn here. Snarl! Oh, drops the Ogerpon. Drops a special attack for the Raging Bolt. A big turn. If it missed, it might have been GG there. Here comes the T-Bolt. It's gonna go right into the Calyrex, I believe, because you don't want the Calyrex to set up Trick Room, but I think it's gone for the Glacial Lance instead. The Glacial Lance comes in, it's a lot of damage, and it's gonna get the KO. And now it's gonna be a 3v1, a Calyrex Shadow Rider. Well played by Yoa, very high IQ play, but also very well played by Keenan in that sense. That he got it to this turn. He could have T-clapped. He could have T-clapped the Miraidon. And in doing so, you kind of go for the cudgel onto something. But yeah, it's hard to play those games. And well done to both players. But the winner is going to be Cloud, who is also known as Yoa. Congratulations. The Fluttermane here as well from Sky here. Threaten things. You know that Sky loves Ogre, so we're definitely going to see it come through. You see this these Callies with the Leech Seed a lot, running around. Makes it very interesting. But here we are. Going to get round 2 started. Both have switch 2, so this is going to be a smooth experience. Calyrex vs Rillaboom come out, and we have the Raging Bolt and Incineroar come out. Okay, so Raging Bolt's going to take half the real estate on the stream. And it's a bit of a tricky situation. For Matthew, I think, because the Calyrex is a bit scary. We do see the Trickers in the back. Game plan here for me. Raging Bolt has Snarl, Thunderclap, Dragon Pulse, Thunderbolt. It is Assault Vested. Incineroar is Rocky Helmet, Knock Off, Flare Blitz, Parting Shot, and Take Out. The Terra's been committed first from Sky. It's going to be that Calyrex to a Terra Fairy. It's going to be that Calyrex. Calyrex into a Terra Fairy has leftovers, Protect, Leech Seed, Trick Room, Glacial Lance. Take Out. Right into that spot there. Trick Room. The T-Bolt that comes in. How much damage it's going to do? It's going to do a minuscule amount of damage. The Leech Seed though, right into that Raging Bolt. I believe if you get rid of that Raging Sky, gets rid of that Raging Bolt, it's kind of tough for that Kyogre later on. They're forcing its hand. Do you want to keep the Raging Bolt in, or do you want to move out? Could have been a Glacial Lance, could have been a Trick Room. After some pivots. Alright, those people will lock it into their move. Out comes that, and here comes the Ho-Oh. Love this bit. You turn to the Ho-Oh. Comes in. Very good switch. Knock off though. Gets rid of those leftovers from Calyrex, so it doesn't get to the actual fun stuff. Here comes the Glacial Lance. Decent amount of chip damage onto that Ho-Oh. There is Terastallization. Terra being committed to that Incineroar. Not wanting to get water spouted, hydro pumped, or origin pulsed. There is Protect. The water spout. Gallop through. It still will do a lot of damage. Oh, even the Assault Vested does a decent amount of damage. The Parting Shot right into that slot there. Get a free switch in, probably into that Raging Bolt perhaps, to threaten that Kyogre. Or do we see Caradon come in? Not sure. Because it's tricky. Right. Come in with a Caradon, you get Glacial Lance. Gonna hurt a little bit. Glacial Lance. Oh, yeah. Glacial Lance gonna go into Caradon, and it survives. HP back from the Ghost Terrain. Alright, now I wonder. Game plan here. Full HP Mons on one side, half HP Mons on the other. Ogre does come out though. Spider-Man comes in. Nice use of the photosynthesis. I did say Spider-Man was a big piece of this game here. Flare Blitz. Predicting a swap. Goes into the Fluttermane there. Gets it down to 1 HP. It is focus sashed. But the recall is going to be a lot. Fire. Okay. The control is the sun is the weather right now. However, there is a chance that Kyogre swaps in at some stage. And it's going to be at this moment here. The Fluttermane comes out. The Kyogre comes in. Drizzle. all about the drizzle to protect. Second fire. The burn will be crucial here, that's what we want. The critical hit, this is nice, but the leech seed comes back out, pops it in the ho-ho. Can't wait for champions to be legal. Alright. Buster Train's gonna go. One that's tail shot there. Ifrit there. Yeah. Out comes. If it comes in the Incineroar. Just want to get a bit of pivotization here. Drop some of the attack. Scale shot into that ogre. A crit would be very, very nice. There's a one crit there. Oh, looks like another one there. Okay. Oh, another one there. Could get it down. Oh. Alright, the Kyogre's been chipped. Regardless of the defense drops, the speed goes up, the water spout comes in, it's not going to be clearly enough. However, Glacial lands here. We'll see if it's going to get the Koraidon down, given that it's gone down by one attack, and it should be, and it gets the attack boost. I think back to neutral. Wouldn't tell you if it's... I think it's still -1, because yeah, the Calyrex is still -1. That's a lot of damage onto that Kyogre. Very vulnerable to any attack here. The T-Clap. The Thunderbolt. Something. Fake out is an option here. There might be a double protect here, but the Kyogre comes out. Rillaboom comes in. Nice pivot. Righty terrain is built once again for that Calyrex to boost its leech seeds. Calyrex is going to protect here, it's very fair to protect. V-Bolt, gotta respect it. So the knock off here into that slot is very crucial onto Rillaboom. That does a lot of damage. Very crucial for this endgame. Just to get special defenses. Not having the stun is a bit painful. Comes a good fake out. I mean, it fakes out that slot. T-Bolt though comes in. How much is this going to do? It's not going to do too much. Very bulky. Glacial Lance though at -1 attack. Still going to hurt a bit. Get a nice pivot here. To pivot again. So much pivoting with these mons. Incineroar, the Rillaboom. It's in and out, in and out. Value more. Major Pop comes out. Okay. Guy's in a position here. Really put this game to bed if they go for the... This guy goes for the Wood Hammer or something. U-turn. Okay. Comes out. The VR, 3 AM your time. I think it's 5 PM our time in VR. Some people here are going to play it. Arcane comes to the bottom, eh? Yay. Bottom is still alive. They could fight. A burn would be crucial. Leech Seed. Okay, there's 2 Sacred Fires that it's taken and hasn't been burned. Okay, this Calyrex is built of fire. Leech Seed is nice. Rain has stopped though. Now this Ho-Oh becomes kind of a threat until that Kyogre comes back in. Tailwind is an option here. Is an option. The fake out though into that Calyrex. Moonblast. Okay, this is interesting. And Incineroar goes down. I think Cali is at like -2. Like attack. Tailwind though comes out. This provides some options for Matthew here. Provides some interesting options. There's the Raging Bolt. Keeping the Raging Bolt alive in this contest is really important for that Kyogre. Still Flutter Mane, still probably faster. Just. Play. Flutter Mane protect. The clap. Okay, it goes into that Flutter Mane. This burn here is so crucial. If he gets the burn here, Matthew wins the game. If not, this guy's gonna get him. It's 3-second fly against the burn. There it is. There it is, guys. Glacial Lance. Don't know if it'll be enough unless it's a crit. Oh, to the Raging Bolt. The Rillaboom. Thunderbolt. Sacred Fire, Brave Bird. There's a few options here. There's still a Kyogre in the back. I forgot there's a Rillaboom now. This guy still has a lot of pieces in their arsenal. Fake out there. Thunderbolt. This needs to be a big T-Bolt. It's not enough. Glacial Lance might be enough. Oh, that's 1 HP and a Raging Bolt. Oh my lord. Oh, the Incineroar, attack drops, the burns. It's all come down to this. Absolute insanity. I don't know what happens now though. There's still a Kyogre in the back. What a game. Can I auto protect? Yeah, it can. Oh, it does protect. Okay. Glassy Glide, yeah, good. Protect there. The T-Bolt's enough. Alright. What's this, this Rillaboom? This Rillaboom might be the key to winning it here, actually, because the Grassy Glide is on. Given that Tailwind is also gone too. My god. That is right too. My lord. This game. I think it's BT clap. Kyogre could protect and then Rillaboom could just like would hammer the Raging Bolt and it's probably GG'd there. Double protect. Can't get it off. Grassy Glide. Into that Raging Bolt instead. Oh no! Oh, that's what you don't want. Oh no! Oh, this endgame is mental. This is what it's going to come down to. A 1 HP. A 1 HP Ho-Oh that's not getting any benefit from the Grassy Terrain because it's a flying type. And a very low thing. Gotta go for the Ho-Oh here. It doesn't Brave Bird and do heaps of damage. Goes for the Protect anyway, just to preserve it a little bit longer. Grassy Glide. into the right slot. Oh, I could have been a Woodhammer. Dragon Pulse. Oh, big damage. It's still tricky. I've never seen Hot Double Protect again. Doesn't get it. Grassy Glide. Goes down. Oh my lord. Dragon Pulse, if this crits, it's game over. Oh, it's enough! It's enough without the Assault Vest. That knockoff, like I mentioned before, was big there. That was big. Oh, Pokemon Go stuff. Pokemon Go! Who's got new teams? You're adding it in? Onto League Challenge 1? Challenge 1? I don't have yours, D. No, not for Challenge 1. Maybe it was Challenge 2. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah? Okay. That's alright. I got it, yeah. Alright. Let me know when he's done. Alright. We're in the game now. Where are we, guys? I might take give them nothing to laugh about. What a match. Matthew, you play out of your mind. Oh my god, yeah. Mental. Alright, here comes the Terra Fairy Callie. I think there's going to be a lot of these Callies running around at Melbourne. Run prison. Anyway, there's a fake out onto that Callie. Sacred Fire as well, in the rain. A burn is interesting. Prefer the burn on the Calyrex there, rather. The Callie flinched. And the burn could mean something in the game. You know, it can mess up with the Water Spout Cal. Just a tiny bit. Not as much as you'd think, but a tiny bit. And hello guys in chat, good to see you. This is the last league up. There's Fortress tomorrow, hope you can come. Big one tomorrow. Here comes the terrestrialization, I believe, that Matthew's going to commit to here. To not get water spouted. Yeah? Okay. Out comes the Koraidon. Or in comes the Koraidon rather. Being one you think messed up. Alright, so shiny Koraidon. Oh, I missed my shiny Koraidon. Someone stole mine. Okay. Terrestrialization is being committed by Matthew here. It's gonna be that Terra Water Incineroar. Most competitive Pokemon to ever be created on this great place we call Earth. Water Spout. How much is that gonna do? Minuscule. Alright. So to best utilize his sun, Ho has to come in here. Ready? Right. I need to print something out, so Mr. Glass, I'll hand it over to you to commentate. It's a critical hit though. Doing so now. Alrighty. As I print off Team Sheet Pokemon Go, we can see now that yeah, Ho-Oh's in, Kagura has to come out because it's too threatened. Spider-Man though does come in, could be a Saki. You can imagine the Caliph probably protecting here just to be on the safe side. Flare Blitz into that Flood Main once again. Just goes down to his 1 HP. The recall is actually gonna be a lot. I'm falling for that collision course. Second Fire's gonna miss. No, missed that Calyrex slot. Alrighty. So everyone gets some health back from the grassy terrain. And yosh, that's it. Alright, I'm back. The rank master Incineroar back into the battlefield. Now we did know that Incineroar's those attack drops intimidates onto the Calyrex were big in that other game, but now it's going to reset itself and Kaiga's going to come in and get some of that weather control back. Protect comes from Koraidon. Could have gone for a swap out there just to try to check the thing. The Shadow Ball goes into the Incin. It's a decent amount of damage, to be fair. The burn. Alright. Now we get some fake out options here. We get a pivot here as well. So you don't really want a Raging Bolt to take a Moon Blast here from Floodman, so I think that's probably an option that Scar can go for. But the cost of okay. Swap out for into Calyrex. Reset its attack drops. This is a great switch for Sky here. Plus, if there's a Moonblast into that Raging Bolt slot, it might hurt a bit. Shadow Ball instead, though. Maybe just gone for the safer option so it can hit like a. It could also hit the Ho-Oh, the neutral damage. Grass terrain's back on the field. Grass is now gone though. Blood Menu's taunt. Okay. P-Bolt comes in. Knock off. Into that Calyrex. Glacial Lance. Decent amount of damage. Probably going to drop the Raging Bolt, and it does. Right on in. Glacial Lance. Oh, Sky's in a good position here. Love to see those Glacial Lances, just two-shot things. Right on down. Woohoo! Streak is scary now. Just a ho-oh and a dream. Adjustments to be made. Adjustments made for Sky, which worked out very well. We brought the same mons, but did what they needed to do. Here comes a Calyrex. Gonna protect their plate safe. The U-turn into that ho-oh. Probably gonna come in with the Kyogre. The Kyogre comes in. Big fire. Yeah. And this is just a water spout. And a Glacial Lance. Alright, we're going into game 3, guys. On to game 3. Alrighty, so adjustments to be made from both sides. What do I think needs to be made? Look, I couldn't tell you. Not very smart, but actually let's figure this out. So we know this is Weather Ball, right? We know this. I believe that we know that the Calyrex is always going to Terra. Yeah. Both games are Terra'd for Sky into a Fairy type, right? Weather is a bit of a problem for Matthew at times. Preserving the Raging Bolt's really important. But I think in my crystal ball, the Iron Treads might be an option. The Mean Machine might be an option for Matthew to come in and start doing Iron Heads. Heads can hit Flutter Mane, can hit Calyrex when it's Terra'd, or unterra'd. What else? I guess it could just EQ next to Ho-Oh. But the only problem is there's the grassy terrain, okay. Can knock off things too. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what select, I didn't see it. Raging Bolt's the most important Pokemon here for Matthew. Here comes Incineroar and the Ho-Oh. I don't mind this too much, but we know that the that Rillaboom, if it goes down, makes things interesting because you remove fake out stuff. I wonder if they just double it, they just double target it with the like Flare Blitz and yeah, Brave Bird. Just get rid of it. The Rillaboom is Terra Water. I don't think it commits to that. I think the Terra will always go into the Calyrex. Okay. There's a swap out from Rillaboom here. Kyogre comes in instead. Good switch in. Terrestrialization is going to be committed. I wonder if you can knock off the... Brave Bird. Okay, good play. Oh, that's good damage. But yeah, knocking off the thing is very good there. The Leech Seed is a fair play. All right, next. The Leech Seed. Gonna recover some HP for Calyrex. Get it back to full HP. A combination of like Leech Seed, grassy terrain, leftovers, no Pok. I feel like I miss all my Leech Seeds. Kyogre comes out. Alrighty, just want to check itself for the terrain, but look, sorry, for the weather. Probably a situational thing here. Caradon comes in though. Pollen Callum Pulse. Gonna activate the Fluttermane's photosynthesis. And terrestrialization is now being committed. I think it's a safe Terra in like the long game here. Just so like, you know, her can't run amok here and you gotta remain honest with it, so. The Flare Blitz coming into the Calyrex does a decent amount of chip damage. But we know with the Leech Seed in the grassy terrain, it's like, it's so tough. It's such a big wall. Because it gets it, oh, just like the Flare Blitz in long term, it's like, what has it done? You really need to burn it to make the most out of it. Now you just kind of play with weather here, so it feels like only like one side is attacking, and the other side is just pivoting and trying to get control of the weather. Because the weather benefits like Fluttermane for the Sky side, only for speed though. And then does it protect? No protect. Okay. It's a good play. Don't get hit by Moonblast for free. Alright. Interesting position, like, not much has really taken much damage except for the Kyogre that's gone down to half. It's all about position and using it. The Moonblast. Oh, does a decent amount of damage. Second fire. In sun is big. A burn? No, no burn. Kind of hoping for a burn there would have made the game very interesting. This Calyrex has gone through like 5 second fires maybe in one burn. Checks out. Protect. Yeah. Did you notice that the speed control was important in game 1? Not much was it utilised in game 2. Incineroar going down is a big piece. Big piece for Matthew to go down because it was one of the mons that resisted the water spouts or the water type attacks. Here comes a Tailwind, expecting maybe the Incineroar to go down anyway. See, here would have been good for Iron Treads. You come in, I think terrain goes, yeah. Come in, just EQ, but tough. You go for the Iron Head. Comes Raging Bolt. Making the most out of that sun. I think we might expect a double protect. Ooh. Okay. Moonblast. It's going to be still a lot of damage onto the Raging Bolt. Brave Bird though comes in. Double into Cali. The special attack boost from the sun from T-Bolt is enough. Now finally, the biggest wall. Matthew's problem is down. However, there's still a lot of offensive pieces for Sky in the back here. Harsh Sunlight is gone. Like this Fluttermane now is actually quite an interesting spot. In the other games, did you get much use just as a tool, just to sack? Rillaboom's here, can fake out stuff. Gets a terrain back. Gonna come down to the weather. Uh-oh, comes out. And Koraidon enters the battle. Do we get a swap? Do we get a swapping? All this for nothing? I think we don't because all that text came through. Alright, fake out. Moonblast. Oh, is it not? Now it's tricky. Am I tripping out this? Is there Kryger in the back? Has Kryger gone down? Still there. Alright. Now we know we can confirm that the perhaps the Thunderclap into the Flutter Mane would have been good just to break Sash there. Protect. Koraidon. And Blast. Yeah. If the Thunderclap went into the into that Flutter Mane there. Or the burn might be on here though. If the burn gets it down, this makes it very interesting. Nope, the Wood Hammer. Into that slot. To get a bit of chip off, I guess. We're not taking too much recall in return. I feel like there needs to be a double protect here. The Tailwind is not a double protect, but yeah, there has to be a double protect here, really. No, it doesn't pull it off, unfortunately, and it's going to look like the Moonblast is going to come in, get the Miraidon down, and we're seeing that maybe the Raging Bolt went for Thunderclap instead of going down that turn for free. Put a break and Sash there. U-turn that comes out, and it's proving that that the weather of the Kyogre, the water, god of the sea, Poseidon have you gonna come in. Drop the Flutter Mane's photosynthesis. We do get a Tailwind though. Tailwind though, it's not entirely game over unless you get a Brave Bird crit into Kyogre. Oh, okay, Kyogre protects. Okay, hold on. Hold on just a moment. Hold on just a moment. It's not over. Okay. Best viewers, Jesus. Protect. Fake out. I think the Water Spout will be enough in the rain. Yeah, I think it's unfortunately going to probably be enough. If the Brave Bird comes in and it crits the Kyogre, there's one turn left. The Kyogre protect just all that Tailwind. Oh, hit a crit. Protect, okay. Safe play here. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is the last turn, guys. Alrighty. Now, speeds. speed wise. Maybe stall out a turn for rain, perhaps. The single target move now. Okay. What a spell. Yeah, it's gone. Ah, GG's. Wow, well played by Sky. Well played. But towards the end game, Matthew did play well. But I think if there was that one turn where they could have broken Sash, or Flush as Calyrex, Shadow Rider, and Koraidon as their restricteds, and Will's got Koraidon and Ho-Oh as the restricted. So very similar team to what we watched just then, but now we're gonna have a different perspective of it. Let's see. Alright, rightio, we got Fluttermane and Incineroar come out, and we got Joffrey and Koraidon come out. A lot of Koraidon. See a lot of Koraidons today. And the Brute Bonnet from Dash's side comes out. So Brute Bonnet is a scary Pokemon sometimes. It can be fast, can be very defensively focused. Interesting to see the interactions here with Incineroar. Being a fake out kind of mon that it is. Can't fake out the Brute Bonnet because of Pokefolk. The mon due for that. It does swap out to get a free switch in. Because it is, I guess, heavily threatened by the Fluttermane there, so the Incineroar comes out. All these Pokemon on the field will benefit from Sun. Protect comes out, maybe just in case not to get faked out in Moonblast. But the fake out goes into the Incineroar slot. Does get Rocky Helmet Chip. Moonblast. To that Koraidon slot. Okay. Alright. Doobie comes out with the Incineroar. Wants to pivot, doesn't like the opposing Incineroar. Or the Koraidon comes in now as well. Probably keen to take just a free fake out. There's a terrestrialization now going to be committed. From Doobie's side, it's gonna be Terrafire. Not like it to Fluttermane's Moonblast from what it saw before. The Fluttermane on Doobie's side is Focus Sash. The fake out though into that Koraidon. Moonblast. Not gonna do too much. This is not bad chip, to be fair. The Flame Charge. Just can't Koraidon just trying to assert its dominance, wanting to be the fastest thing on the field. Now the Fluttermane goes down to its Sash. That Flame Charge is a very nice play here from Dash. And pivoting well. Was getting that Incineroar in. Now the Koraidon is clear amulet, so for Dash's side, the Koraidon on your side is loaded dice. But most likely wanting to utilise Gale Shots at some stage in this match. Alright, Fluttermane comes out. Just gonna pivot, probably Incineroar coming in now. Yep. And this is what this is, just Incineroar comes in. provides some intimidates onto the opposing Incineroar. Now there's going to be a Terra from Will's side. Going to be that Koraidon as well. At both Koraidons looking at each other in the face. We've got a mirror match here. Koraidon versus Koraidon. Terrifier versus Terrifier. Protect though. Pull that Koraidon. Collision course. We've gone into there instead. Now it's most likely going to go into the next turn, however, the knockoff. It's Incineroar's Rocky Helmet off. And now, no fire type. Knockoff could be good into the Koraidon here. Into opposing Koraidons, really. Incineroars can just knock off here. Tricky though. Oh no. Okay, so Koraidon comes out. Calyrex comes in. Now if there is a knockoff into this Calyrex slot, it's going to be very debilitating. Take out though instead. Okay, good switch in. Oh, the collision course now. Popping targets, going to the Incineroar slot. Getting rid of the Incineroar. And now Dash's pivoting option plus support plus disruption option is gone. Excuse me. However, still in a good position. Both people in good positions here. So, look how fast this Shroom is. It could Spore. The actual Incineroar there. There's a free Astral Barrage perhaps. Given that it's not Lifeform, but it is Sash, so I'm gonna guess it's like max. There's a Psychic. And a single target it. Oh, it's not enough. Maybe Astral Barrage might have been better. Here comes the Flare Blitz. Into the Calyrex, gets it down to 1 HP. And because of its recoil, it's going to go down. Okay, maybe that was the plan, I don't know. Oh, the Spore is nice. Now we know the interaction. The Shroom is faster than the Incin. He's taking its turn to sleep as well. So it could wake up next turn, you never know. Hello? Sunlight is gone. We're just thinking about, okay, what ones shall I bring in here? That's safe. Tough to know. Would be the Flutter Mane, yep. This is the utility that this mushroom provides you. Provides you some support and kind of late killer tapping goal type stuff from the shroom. Okay, now comes Incineroar. Oh, okay. Now we get to see it. It's like a bunch. Oh, it goes into Flutter Mane. A little bit of protect there. Flash taunt. Oh, just protect, really? Okay. Sucker Punch into her. Okay. Get a bit of chip. This might be enough for the Ho though to go down. Nope, not enough. Okay. Pick the fire. Doesn't get the burn. Okay. Interesting. Block the Ho. We'll probably just put a tailwind there. Just to, you know, be on the faster side, perhaps? I don't know if it would be faster than actually from Calyrex. I don't know. Special Barrage. Incineroar, you'd hopefully wakes up. No, there's 3 turns of sleep for Incineroar. God, this sport has done wonders. The Will's disarray. Alrighty. Good protect. I'll protect. Yeah, and they're both down. Calyrex. Now it's gonna get a Grim Neigh as well. Calyrex next to a redirection mon. Gonna be tough to beat. Alright, game 1 goes to Spyro, also known as Dash. Alrighty. Now we get Ho-Oh and Fluttermane. Then we get Koraidon and the Brute Bonnet. Okay. Sun's kind of gobbled everyone on the field here. What do you call it? The Brute Bonnet's in a weird position here at the moment. Like, if it doesn't Terra, it could like Terra Rage Powder. Might be okay. Actually, don't know. This is very tricky. There's a lot of this turn 1 is actually one of the biggest turns for this game, I think. Unless everyone's gonna be passive, which Koraidon goes for the protect here. Dash is playing it safe. Now the Sucker Punch, okay, gonna break Dash, does a decent amount of chip too. Moonblast. Koraidon. The Brave Bird, oh, they doubled the Koraidon. I thought if they were gonna double the Brute Bonnet, you like remove the redirection. However, now it still leaves the door wide open for that Koraidon to get hit from either move. I mean, we saw actually how much that Sucker Punch did. I might be a little bit kind of scared, but here comes the Rage Powder. And the Taunt instead into that okay. Brave Bird into that Brute Bonnet. Comes in again. Alrighty. This Brute Bonnet can't get faked out. Does have Covert Cloak. However, the Koraidon can, but the Koraidon can also protect, or Dash can also pivot. Joffrey comes out. Then Incineroar comes in. Gets a nice little attack drop onto the mons on the opposite side. Tech comes out for Koraidon. and protect. And so yeah, it's a bit of a weird turn at this moment. See how it goes. I've got collision course probably happening at some stage in today Incineroar. Incineroar can also pop out into something else because it's not going to live the collision course. It's kind of a free collision course here. We'll find out what's going to happen this turn. Any moment now. Any moment now. Oh, there we go. Incineroar comes out. It's going to be a Koraidon that comes in. They're still not going to like a collision course coming its way. The fake out though into the Ho-Oh slot in the collision course. Let's see how much this does. Into the Koraidon. Oh, it just takes it down to a third of HP. Here comes another collision course into the Koraidon, into the opposing Koraidon. See when it comes out. Ooh. But you can parting shot a Speeding Amulet Mon here. I think he's committed to it though. Protect. Brave Bird, they doubled the Koraidon once again, and the Koraidon just pulling off these big protects. The parting shot though goes into Ho-Oh, but I just realized that the Ho-Oh's amulet was knocked off. And so in comes the Shroom. And now I wonder, is there enough resources? No. It's just this constant, constant pivoting of Incineroar. Alright, here we are guys. So, round one, we're just going to get this game restarted. Kai versus Fran. Cleric, Shadow Rider, and Overpon. Archlane. Versus the Empower and the Episode Summon's Touch. We're familiar with these two pairings coming up. Going on the all-out offense, I believe here the Calyrex can also just go on the all-out offense. Just to be careful if there's any shenanigans, which is the Sucker Punch. But here comes the Terrestrialization from Brand's side. And it's that Terrifier, Pokepon, ready to just hit hard. Not sure about the speeds. Sucker Punch though. Ooh. Enough to one-shot it. Oh, that's rough. Okay, we might get a trade here though. Here comes a Heavy Slam. Looking like that was going to double the Calyrex there. The Heavy Slam comes out. Here comes a Cudgel. Into the Chempower. Gets the Chempower down to Brexit Stash. And to see a Zamazenta and a Chempower in the back. It could have been good if there was maybe a Protect there. Maybe didn't have to Terror the Ogre-Pon. Alright, out comes the Chempower. Right hand comes in. Gonna be Terrestrialization, could be committed, just gonna be a Dragon type. He is Water type rather. Good matchup for this Ogre-Pon here. See the Body Press comes into the Iron Hand. It's gonna do a decent amount of chip damage as well. The Body Press is gonna return onto the Zamazenta. Take it down to, ooh, okay, and here comes a Cudgel. Oh, not enough on the Zamazenta there. Woodhammer though, more than enough to drop the Zamazenta. This Ogre-Pon just going to work, just hitting everything, bonking stuff. And the Wild Charge comes in. Okay, now we're left with this is Zamazenta on the field, but Kai's got a lot more at his disposal. Out, it's not enough, I don't think. Volt Switch, yeah, definitely not enough. Volt Switch and Drain Punch, fortunately to get the win here. And yeah, like I said, we're going for the first turn. Perhaps if that Calyrex can get Suck Punch, perhaps there's Protect, and then you just Cudgel, and then you probably don't necessarily even have the Terror there. The Chempower, sorry, the Pokepon. Oh, hold on. No, Drain Punch. Okay, Chempower. Alright, let's run that back. Perhaps if like a Whimsicott comes out for speed control for Fran, it might be good. Let's go Whimsicott into Damazenta. Calyrex in the back, maybe Raging Bolt, I don't know. Alrighty. So, the same leads as before, but I think Fran, hopefully, perhaps preserve that Calyrex. Perhaps not Terra yet, or I don't know about this one. Could also like follow me. But then I guess if you could follow me and then Astral Barrage. I don't know. But here comes the Ogerpon. Protect. Punch, okay, went for the same play. Body press. Okay, just to cover for Terra, because it's Terra Dark. Okay, so here comes the Cudgel, this is a good turn for Annie. Okay. At this aspect you could also follow the Astral Barrage perhaps. You can kill him. Also wide, Zamazenta could also wide guard too. Yeah, I like this play. But, yeah, maybe, just in case the wide guard happens. Okay, there's a Pollen Puff. Can't get Sucker Punch though, that's a problem. Jump out comes out, okay? Yeah. That's a punch yet, because all it does go right on. Pollen Puff. Okay. Decent amount of damage. Body press. Yeah. This is tough without speed control, unfortunately, because now Miraidon's just gonna run havoc. Right. Would have been like an Astral Barrage there, I think. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Jump out. Ooh. Oh. Ooh, that's a lot of damage to Calyrex, but Calyrex surviving that is quite good. That's a good play to break the Sash of Gem Power. Astral Barrage. Might drop the Miraidon? Nope. Special attack was a big play there. Let's go down though. Oh, not yet. Here comes the Ice Spinner though. Into the Miraidon. Drop some Miraidon there. Electricity is gone. Body Press comes out into the Gem Power. Gotta get rid of it. So, problem is there's a Gem Power in the back. I can just Sucker Punch spam the Calyrex here. No Francisca's gonna preserve this Calyrex, but at what cost? Got one more turn left really because it's life or. Okay, Zamazenta and Calyrex versus Zamazenta and Gem Power. Now Sucker Punch can be just like spammed here onto that Calyrex slot. Calyrex can just protect and it can just chip away at the Zamazenta on that side, but it's an interesting position to be in. You probably do have to protect, and I guess if you get rid of the get rid of that Sucker Punch, okay, this is good play, well played, well played. Well, Behemoth Bash the Gem Power there. Yep. Body Press. Comes Iron Hands, okay. Preserving that Calyrex is very good here. But fake out that Behemoth Bash or something is tough. Very tricky here, very tricky. Alright, here comes Iron Hands. Herod Bug. Fake out. Yep. Fair play. Astral Barrage needs to do a lot to the Zamazenta. I wondered if the Calyrex perhaps went for the heavy slam onto that slot, yeah, fair. Side hand's gonna win the game with low kick. Zamazenta. I think low kick's enough. And that's a GG's, well played. Alright, we'll move on to top 4 cut very shortly. So we have a big match. We have Yoav versus Martin. Now, these guys literally just played each other, I think, in their last round, so they've now paired each other. And they pair each other in top cut. Now it's elimination now. For both these guys, good positions to win the game. You see the room service developer is a very funny tech, which you love to see. Yeah, I was obviously done quite well with it. But yeah. Alright. Here comes the Urshifu and Incineroar versus the Incineroar and Miraidon. Alright, Intimidates are all the abilities are now underway. Selections. Oh, we have Yoav, who's in a very tricky position to be in at the moment because you know, the Urshifu is obviously very heavily threatened, so there's fake out pressure and stuff like that from Incineroar on the other side. There's also fake out Miraidon, but you don't want the other Incineroar faking out your Incineroar, and so thinking that you can move with your Urshifu, and then you're going to get bopped. So Urshifu's going to protect here in this first turn, and the fake out's going to come into that slot of into the thing. So now there's an Electro Drift actually that's coming out into the Incineroar and almost drops it. A U-turn comes out into that Incineroar. Lucky that Incineroar was actually quite well built. And then Miraidon also comes in here, so it's kind of a little bit of a zero match at the moment. We've got Urshifu and Miraidon. Now, mind you, Urshifu just protects, so it's still in a very precarious position. You might have to, if you want to save your Urshifu, you might have to here. We can just sack it and let it just Miraidon just go for it. The opposing Incineroar, you can imagine, probably will go down if there's an Electro Drift into that slot as well. Here comes the Volt Switch into that Lunala, breaking its Shadow Shield. It was a very good investment, maybe in the end game here. And now Incineroar comes out. Pops with Intimidate, not going to matter too much, but special attacking mons. The Electro Drift now. Finally, into that Urshifu. Be wanting to pray it. Now it's the at 1 HP. Surging Strikes. Ooh. Lunala. We get down to possibly red. Nope, just above red. And what these guys looking to next. Both people thinking very heavily on their moves. I believe this might be a big turn for both players here. But Yoav's ready to go, awaiting what Martin has in store. Okay. Okay, into that slot there. Surging Strike's enough to drop the Lunala here. Unrestricted is down. But even at 1 HP, Urshifu just providing so much offense. So the Nala is now down. What does Martin have in the back? I can probably turn things around. Incineroar is probably a good option here. You can provide fake out pressure on either side really. One on 1 HP, one on 3 HP. I think Yoroshifu is probably a bigger... Oh, some could argue that Incineroar is also like a big piece of the puzzle to save. But Protect comes out, just keeping honest. Electro Drift. Okay. Comes into that slot and there was no fake out, mind you, from one of the Incineroars, but the knockoff comes out into Incineroar there. Just in case something was going to come and swap in, but there's a critical hit there as well that might be utilised in another move, but it's totally fine. It's well played by Yoav there. And also Martin too. Here comes the Miraidon, so Miraidon. Martin's Miraidon is choice specs, mind you. Whereas Yoav's Miraidon is choice Scarf. You can imagine the speed orders here. Alright, Miraidon comes out. And then, Luna comes in third. Okay, now the thrustalization that's going to be committed by Yoav to be Terra Electric Miraidon here. And I can imagine it's going to go into the Incineroar slot. Perhaps with a Volt Switch. Might be enough just to get rid of it, but the Electro Drift back to the Earth. But the Surging Strike. And you can imagine if the Electro Drift went into Incineroar and the Surging Strikes went into Ursaluna there, it might have been Martin probably hoping that he could catch maybe Urshifu off guard and go for the Urshifu there, giving access to the Ursaluna to do well with maybe Earthquakes or something like that. Here comes the Miraidon. Okay. Now we're down to the wire, guys. Urshifu protects. Very good protect there. Electro Drift should drop this Miraidon, right? Goes down, okay. Now, you could expect maybe an EQ or just a headlong rush into that slot of the, or maybe even the Facade into the, Facade is actually a smart play, because you don't reduce, a critical hit. The Facade is okay, because you don't reduce your own defenses. So now it's down to the Urshifu and the Ursaluna. Oh, but there's also Calyrex in the back too. This might be too much for Martin here to handle. And yeah, it's just going to be a Surging Strike. I'm going to call it GG's. Unless... No, there's no way to survive that. Well played by Yoav, just playing with a 1 HP Mon during this time and just still providing so much pressure. Option 4 for Martin. Let me just fix this camera. Buddy. Oh. Right on Incineroar versus a Shifu and Incineroar. So Martin's opted to bring his own Shifu here this time. Pretty tricky. Alright, Terra Water has been committed. Seems like I'm going to try to utilize the Incineroar. This might not go down. The U-turn comes in. Oh, smart play here by Martin. He can also bring his own maybe Miraidon in. But also going to be wary of the speed interactions between his Miraidon and Guy's Miraidon. Does bring it in, could be suspect to just being one shot. With like Draco Meteor or something, so. There's an also Terra 2, right? So there's that option, but this is a tricky, I guess U-turn as well into 0. There's a Shifu. Okay. Shifu probably might be just being bait for the Miraidon, but also just putting pressure on the Incineroar there. Being a really good positive matchup into that Incineroar slot. Kind of like, okay. Given that Pokemon has like, I feel like it's very linear kind of game, but so many angles you can battle from and with and perspectives, like so many combinations of moves that you can do to win the game, lose the game. The game very close, but outcomes Incineroar, very much chess-like. In comes our Shifu. The Terrestrialization's being committed. Martin not wanting to take any free Draco Meteors. Here comes. Protect. Bolt switch. Very good bolt switch. Gonna get rid of that Urshifu. The Urshifu that was holding the choice scarf, or the choice band rather. It's a hard decision here to make. But I think Calyrex is the right play. He could have brought in Incineroar, maybe just like pop out, fake out, but then I guess Martin could bring their own fake out on here in their Incineroar, but the Dazzling Gleam comes out. Calyrex takes a decent amount of chip damage. Matthew and Sam, you guys can start. You guys can start. Yeah. Just so we can like start the challenge after. seed. Electric seed's been consumed by Lunala. Okay. Tricky game here so far. 3v4. Knowing that there's no Ishifu for Martin makes this tricky, but in saying that, this Lunala is a good check into Calyrex here. There's a Dazzling Gleam though. Lunala has like a Moongeist Beam, Moonblast, Wigout Protect. The Surging Strikes, ooh, that's still a decent amount of damage. Onto the Miraidon. There's a Moonblast. Get rid of the Urshifu. So both the Urshifus are down. Let's see what this Calyrex locked into. Locked into the Leech Seed. Gonna play this game now. Where I can just sit there, chill out, Leech Seed. But you gotta be careful because Miraidon can come in here and it can Snarl. And Snarl will be big, but also there's a wide guard option too. So do you go for the single target move? You go for the spread move. Could enable Disrupt. Excuse me, thank you. Miraidon comes out. Not wanting to maybe want to reset and get some pressure on with the Incineroar. Probably protecting and being defensive with the oh, but the Calyrex comes out, even though it has the seed. When the opposing Incineroar comes in. Super, bye. Incineroar's getting the benefits of the lead seed. It's like a double lead seed here. Lead seed Incineroar. Have two mons. Healing back. So yeah. So just gulps. Inhaled some sushi. Anyway, we're back. Play the Incineroar interaction with down the late seed. Right, Glacial Lance. Ooh. Okay. Knock off. Okay. Turns out the Trick Room didn't work into Martin's favour. Knockoff as well. Doesn't get enough to Intimidate doing well. This Incineroar is just, yeah. Here comes Miraidon. Alright. So, how do you want to do his back? Choice specs Miraidon with Dazzling Flame probably is the option here. But given that the Trick Room is up, it's looking like Yoav's going to win this game. Because here comes a Glacial Lance. Not dropped the Incineroar yet, but definitely the Miraidon's gone down. And having, yeah, the Trick Room set up for Yoav has been detrimental to it. For Martin here comes a Flare Blitz as well. Yeah. It's looking like, yeah, Yoav's going to proceed to the finals once again. Martin got so close. Just having those two Miraidons in two different sets, it just makes a big difference, I believe. But congratulations to both players. Martin gets some good points. And Yoav the player. Excuse me while I test. Okay, well. You have Yoav once again. You're probably sick of seeing Yoav, but he keeps winning. So here he is again, and we've got also Matthew Mitchell has also been on stream before. Got the Ho-Oh Caradon team with the Iron Treads. Excited to see what these guys. I don't think have faced each other inside. It's Swiss, so yeah, you're gonna see a Pelipper room service, which is very interesting. Alright, Ho-Oh pops out. Let's make a quick message on turn the volume down a little bit, it's a bit too loud on that side. Anyway, so we've got Miraidon, and Callie, and Ho-Oh, and Treads, I believe. Incineroar pops up, drops the attacks of the Treads. Love to see the Treads here. Protect from Ho-Oh as well. Protect from Calyrex here. And if you'd like to start a I'll start a prediction here for you guys. Give you a minute for the predictions if you want to use your car coins, but yeah, here comes a fake out into the Ho-Oh this turn. The knockoff comes into Calyrex, which is actually quite big here. We're getting rid of its clear amulet. Being that its life orb does take a bit of chip, Chocobo could not move. Trick Room though does come off. It seems to be the path to victory here now. How can Yoav utilize a lot of these turns of Trick Room? You can see a Pelipper in the back. I wonder if a Pelipper is going to be come in as a consequence of utilizing U-turn. The Mean Machine comes out. Incineroar comes in. What's the attacks? Okay, so now this Incineroar can go to work by U-turning in and out. Terastallization is going to be committed by Yoav here. And here comes a Terra Fairy. Leech Seed? very nicely put into that Incineroar, but we know the Incineroar probably not going to stay there too long. As we finally, one Incineroar go in and U-turn out into that turn. Out comes probably his Pelipper. And you finally get to see this Pelipper come into play. Gets access to room service. And the Sacred Fire. A burn could be terrible for Yoav here. He doesn't get the burn, but does get the health back from Leech Seed. Mind you, he doesn't have an item anymore. Most Kalis can run like the leftovers stuff. But we see a Weather Ball, a Hurricane, all quite super effective. Maybe Yoav here trying to predict a Terra here from the Ho-Oh. It is Terra Grass. You sure? Double check. Yeah, it is. No. Incineroar comes out. The Koraidon comes in, swaps the weather around. Nice play here. Luckily there was no Hurricane into that slot of Incineroar there. The Hurricane does come out to that slot there. Onto Chocobo. Does a decent amount of chip in the sun, was able to hit, but also confuses. It's getting all the RNG here. Here comes a Glacial Lance. This might be a lot of damage being expressed. Confusion might be big here as well. If it hits itself in confusion, which it doesn't, the Sacred Fire comes in, not enough to burn. Even in the sun. Luckily, the Ho-Oh was able to unconfuse itself. Well, not unconfused, but still able to move in confusion. Drukrim is still up for a few turns. 2, I think, to be exact. Might see double protect here from either Mon either side. Could see a Incineroar come in too from Matthew. But Pelipper comes out. They do want the rain back. Maybe in later game. And Incineroar comes in for Yoav. We see Incineroar from... No, we don't see an Incineroar from Matthew yet. Oh, we do, actually. Here it is. Is it? I don't know. It could be. Probably is. Okay, it is. Alright. Given that it knocked off its clear amulet, that's a nice play here from Matthew here. Dropping both attacks. And Terrestrialization is now going to be committed onto the Koraidon. Terra Fire, not wanting to take another Glacial Lance just in case it can get crit. I can imagine that this Glacial Lance is going to do a little bit of damage, which still allows this Koraidon to move, and we're probably going to see the Koraidon go for the Scale Shot into the Incineroar slot, gets a crit off the first shot. It's got this loaded dice, mind you. Hit 4 times, doesn't hit the 5th time. Drops its defense and increases its speed. Just in time for the electricity to go off the field. There is one more turn of Trick Room left. 3 turns of Sun left. And now, does Yoav bring something in, prepare for like Trick Room to be over? Something that's fast. Maybe to combat the Koraidon. Here it comes now to reset the terrain. I was wondering maybe if Matthew could have targeted that Calyrex there, but he probably didn't want to free switching into Miraidon during the turn, so here comes a Protect. The Fake Out into Ifrit. Not allowing it to move. The Rocky Helmet does a little bit of chip backwards. Incineroar got flinched. Twisted Dimensions are returned to normal. I'm not sure. I think Koraidon and Miraidon. Who wins the speed tie here? Probably Miraidon. Right on Scarf, so it's got to do something. Koraidon does come out though, I think perhaps to maybe preserving weather for late game. And here comes the Mean Machine, who's going to get utilization from this the Quark drive from the electric terrain, increasing its own speed. Electro Drift though comes into the Incineroar, might get rid of the Incineroar here. Yes it will. Rocky Helmet. Damage from the Rocky Helmet. Oh, no Rocky Helmet. A Flare Blitz though. Oh, it's a big move here into the Mean Machine. And it's a great turn for Yoav. But the Incineroar does go down. So, maybe that was a sack. Perhaps. Here though comes the Pelipper. Now Koraidon comes, and unfortunately for Matthew, Pelipper's gonna win this weather war. Yes. As it's gonna rain, and this excellent utilization of turns and moves from Yoav. He has basically been able to utilize his pieces for the right moments, for the right time. To get into positions like this where he has the board position and he can just go for the Ho-He with Electro Drift. One shot it. Oh. And yeah, it's just going to be a weather ball and an electro drift, and we'll move on to the next game. Jeez. Sorry guys, I was a bit absent commentating, taking photos. Anyway, what do we have here? Ooh, we have a very low HP Iron Treads with a Ho-Oh on the field. You guys could probably know what's happened before I knew, but Incineroar comes out. Pelipper comes in. It's alright, yeah. Yes. Yeah, if you don't mind. AID, man. AID. Yeah, AID. Yeah, just on the bottom, yeah. Alright, it looks like Yoav has weather control. Filling rain goes up. Filling rain, no, not rain. Anyways, Corona comes out here to get the weather control. Yep, that's me. Expecting that. All good, Alan? Alright. Cool. Let's see. Pelipper. Nice evasion EVs y'all have. I need to regather my thoughts here. But, I do know that there's a Ho-Oh and Koraidon. I feel its rationalization is being committed. For the Koraidon here to a Terrifier. And the Fake Out goes into the Ho-Oh, and Incineroar's just being able to utilize whatever it's wants rather. Flare Blitz though, got to go into the Calyrex, not enough to go down. This Calyrex has really good defense mechanisms. The Ho-Oh gets flinched, and this Glacial Lance might be enough to just drop the Ho-Oh there. Is that a crit? No, it's not. It's enough. We're gonna get a Chilling Neigh once more. It could have been a Trick Room option too, but Ragey Bolt now comes out. Gonna get help from this Sun to boost its special attack. And you could see a Pelipper come in, but at the same time, like what Yoav has some stuff in the back that could help him to finish his game off with the Choice Scarf or Rhydon. And it looks like he's gonna go in and utilize that now. Here comes the Pelipper. And the Scale Shot goes into the Pelipper slot. Need a couple of crits here, but it's not going to happen. Gets it down to half. And the T-Bolt should be enough to drop the Calyrex here. Now you can imagine the Miraidon coming in and just attempt to go for the sweeps. Or you could see Incineroar come in too, but need a bit of offense. Make use of the fast of the Miraidon. But I wasn't sure, we didn't get to see the interactions between the Miraidon and the Koraidon speeds, like even when it was boosted, even when Koraidon had one speed boost. Thinking Rhydon is the only way to beat Regiment yeah. It brings in Incineroar instead. Right. You do have a fake out option here. It kind of makes Yoav a little bit stuck because it can be protect from Koraidon here. You just burn a fake out and you just get thunderbolted. I think it's a protect. No, I think he's lost them all. So the weather ball. This is a big turn here. Big turn. Because you can lose Incineroar to being Legion Coursed. But then Pelipper can hit back with a Koraidon with Weather Ball if Koraidon goes for, the Raging Ball goes for T-Clap here. And if Koraidon goes for the close combat collision course, then you leave. Oh, it survives. Lock off. Okay. Wow. I didn't think it was going to survive, to be honest. Holy moly. It's a big live. Yeah, you just knock off and you go for the Draco. Yeah, you gotta go for it, don't you? You can hope for a Draco and miss. But you're playing with your flipping coins. We saw it in Worlds once. Can we see it in Worlds? Can we see it in Worlds? Can we see it here again? Where Draco pretty much cost the person the game. This was in Hawaii. And here it goes, the Draco Meteor is enough to get the Raging Ball down to 0 as a GG. Congratulations to Yoav. There you go. GG's. Holy moly. Yoav remains undefeated throughout the tournament. And I'm about to play another one, guys. So anyway, I'm going to end stream there. Thank you so much for watching. For those that voted, the outcome is Yoav. So we've got their coins. The coins have been paid out. And I'll see you on the other side. Yeah. Okay, guys. 8A. 7K, jeez, congrats.